Hello everyone. If you watched our last video, you know that I am at the airport in Tirana, Albania, and I am heading home for a much needed family visit. Curt is staying here with the van and the kitties. It is very difficult for both of us to travel home at the same time. So I'll be solo for the next 8 days visiting family. So I'll tell you the story as it goes, but the flight home is not going to be as easy as it was supposed to. First stop, get on the plane to Frankfurt, Germany. So if you missed our last video, you might not know that there's a lot of strikes going on over here in Europe. And my originally planned flight from Tirana to Frankfurt on Lufthansa Airlines, which is a German airline, got caught up in one of those strikes. The only good thing is, at least they give you a few days notice. They tell you what day they're going to strike. But the stewardesses, the flight attendants, are who's striking. And my flight for Tuesday from Tirana to Frankfurt, Germany got canceled. I managed to get on a flight the day before, and my connector tomorrow is still on schedule because it's not with Lufthansa, so it's not involved in the strike. But that means I have to spend the night in Frankfurt at the airport. So we grabbed a room at the Sheraton in the airport, or right next door, so that should be fairly easy. But it's one more night I gotta be away from the kitties. I made it on the plane. 35 minutes in the very hot, crowded bus. And it's pouring down rain. And they don't have little jetways here. So the bus pulled us up to the plane, and we all had to get out in the rain and run. Everybody is drenched because of course there was a bottleneck right at the plane door, and a bunch of us were stuck on the stairs. But I made out pretty good. There were some people behind me that are probably a lot more wet. But all was okay. Now we got an almost 3-hour flight to Frankfurt in what is obviously bad weather. Whew, what a day. I made it through customs relatively easy. Stopped off at a Lufthansa desk that said rebookings underneath it. The guy was incredibly helpful, even though I know they have to be having a horrible day with the strike and all the changes they're having to do. But he got me checked in for my flight, confirmed my return flights will be good. Now, I'm just gonna head across, literally across the street in a covered walkway to my hotel. I'm living at the airport tonight. All right, we are up and at 'em. We have had our yummy breakfast. Of course, we sent pictures to Curt. We've talked to Curt and the kitties this morning. They're doing okay back there in Tirana. And I don't know if Curt's told you yet, but his cousin, Mike, will be flying in today. And they're gonna spend some time together while I'm gone. Have some adventures, some boy time. Now, you may remember Mike and Betsy. We did the Lascaux caves with them over in France. But Betsy's back at home visiting with her mom. So they may get into some trouble. All right, I was right, guys. Look at all these canceled flights. Man, I'm lucky I'm not on Lufthansa to Orlando. We're on a subsidiary of Lufthansa, which is Discovery, small airline, and they are not involved in the strike. Look at all those canceled flights. Oh, there's a lot of people that their day, their week, their vacation, their jobs got all messed up. I am on the plane. We have about 11 hours and we will touch down in Orlando. I was not able to get a window seat, but that's okay. So look out, Orlando. Look out, Florida. I'm on my way home.
All right, well, I talked to Snow. She has made it to the airport in Frankfurt. She had a great night's stay last night. Her plane left this morning. She is on a plane to the US. I am back at the airport today. My cousin Mike arrives, so we're looking forward to that. But real quick, I'm gonna make a little dinner. And a lot of you guys ask, do we ever use the oven? And we use it quite often. So I'll show you what I got going on for lunch here before my cousin gets here. So again, we got the little toaster oven in here. And if you can look, I got double chicken breasts, double stuffed peppers, stuffed mushrooms, and sausages. Now, I'm cooking all this food. This will last me 2 or 3 days. But while I have the oven out, I'll go ahead and cook. So simple as this. Now, we're running completely off batteries right now, which is how we usually do it. So I set the timer. I'm going to cook this for about 38 minutes. I don't need to set the, there we go. Timer set. In 38 minutes, we'll have some lunch. All right, I almost forgot to show you the finished product. A little stuffed mushroom with some blue cheese, stuffed pepper, a couple little sausages, and barbecue chicken. And look, guys, I got leftovers.
All right, guys, 11 hours later, my feet are on the ground in the United States. I'm in Orlando, but need to get a rental car before we get on the road. Okay, we are in our rental car. We are on the road, and a couple of things. It has been a long time since I've been in Orlando. We were here a year and a half ago when I was really sick. I don't remember too much of that journey. And before that, it was another year and a half. So the last time I was here where I was paying attention to my surroundings was over 3 years ago. And man, has this airport changed. There's a whole new terminal. I have no idea where I'm going. I actually had to put it in the GPS to figure out how to get out of here. And I used to know this place like the back of my hand. But where I'm headed, I am headed tonight to my old neighbor's house, and they are more like family. They are friends for life, forever, and that is where I'm going to spend the night tonight. Tomorrow I have a lot of errands that need to be run here in Orlando, some bureaucracy stuff, picking up some stuff we can only get here, doing some shopping, and that's what's going on first. But the other thing is it feels really weird to drive a small car. So I'm gonna quit vlogging as I'm about to get on the expressway, and see y'all in a little while. I can't believe my feet are on the ground in the United States, but I miss Curt and my van and my kitties. Here's our old neighborhood, guys, our pre-van life world right here. Oh, we had some good neighbors and some good times here, guys. We don't regret our choices, but every time I make this last turn and curve here and see my old house, there it is, the modern one right there in front. It's not ours anymore, but all right. Home sweet home, guys. Look at this. Let's go see some friends.
Good morning, guys. This is not the best place to walk, G, but it is a place. And I talked to Snow this morning, well, this morning her time, about noontime here. But I talked to Snow and she's made it and she's had a good time visiting with her friends. And so she's excited and I'm excited for her. But Mike, my cousin's plane got delayed. And so we hung out here in the cell phone parking lot overnight. And even though we're kind of near the road at night, it was very quiet. And we were all over here to ourselves. And it's really not the best place to walk, G, but at least he can get a little bit of outside time. We're gonna go pick up Mike here in a little bit. All right, we are not far into the journey. We're just about to head up onto the mountain pass. You can see that semi coming up. The road is clearly taking a change. I hope it does not last this way the whole way. It is narrow and I do see another big truck coming. This could be a long ride, guys. This could be a long ride. Mike, are you ready for this?
Let's give her a go, Curt.
So I know why we were passing all those big trucks. There's a quarry out here, stone quarry, and these big old haul trucks are running up and down this road, beating the heck out of it. And you can see there's one down there. And all along this road, there's quarries. But it has been a rocky, rolly ride. And Mike is quickly getting an initiation to van life in Albania. and he's watched some of our videos. But I'm curious, is this a little different than how it looks on the video?
Well, it's definitely different when you're doing it yourself versus just watching it on television. But it's a rough road. It's a rough road. I'm enjoying it, but you sure measure distance in time and not miles.
There you go. All right, I thought we were almost there. We did make it up to the lake. This is Lake Bovila, and this is obviously a big reservoir and dam, and we came up through the dam and saw all of that, the outflows and stuff, and it was pretty coming up through the valley through there. And well, we are back on another shaky road. It is curvy, it is twisty, it is switchbacky, and I think it's gonna be steep. And so hold on tight, Mike.
I'm hanging on.
Wow, what a beautiful view coming up these switchbacks right here. Just had to stop and let the engine rest for a minute. It's pretty steep, pretty bumpy, but the sun hitting these mountains with the beautiful turquoise water down there, absolutely stunning and exciting to finally get back up in these Albania mountains. All right, guys, we made it up to the hotel. Well, we made it to the restaurant. I think the little rooms are out there, but we got to go up here and see what the deal is. But look at this stunning spot. Looks like I'm staying right here by the restaurant. And let's go out and check out and see what kind of accommodations Mike has. Now, I think this is about 60 euros a night for this little guest room. And looks like it's got a pretty good view. Mike's gonna get in shape, and so am I, just walking up here to the place. Nice little cabin. Bunk beds, refrigerator.
Is there Wi-Fi here? Yeah. There is? Yeah. Oh, this is great. This is nice.
Mike just had the chance to check out his little cabin up there, and of course it's hard to knock with this view, but it's a nice little apartment. It has every little thing he needs in there. Nice shower, a bathroom. It's even got a little air conditioner / heater. Yeah, but we're gonna head into the restaurant and grab something to eat.
Good morning, guys. I am in Orlando with my former neighbor, who I have already told y'all is way more than just a neighbor, more like not even friends. I would call them family. Yes. And we are going out for an adventure today. First, I got good rest and the jet lag is not killing me today, so that is awesome. Now, I have watched Sylvia's kids grow up, literally grow up, and they're all starting to have babies and get married, and Tori is getting married in a month?
Yes, a little
over a month. And I'm not going to be able to be here for that, but I get to go to a dress fitting. Now, this video will come out before the wedding, so you're not going to get to see it, but I can promise you it makes me very, very happy to get to be a little bit involved, because like I say, these people are family. Okay, guys, when I come home to the States, thank you very much for all your help. When I come home to the States, you have learned I usually buy lots of stuff. Well, this part is for the ladies only. Men, you can tune out for a minute. But in other countries, I have been very unsuccessful in finding a good bra store. And you ladies know a good bra is one of the most important things you can have. And I just had huge success at Soma, which I had never heard of, and I imagine a lot of the States ladies know exactly what that is, because that's where my friends told me I had to go. They were very helpful. I am hooked up with 3 brand new, very comfy, high quality bras. All right, guys, you can come back in now. I have more shopping to do. All right, I cannot call it a shopping day at the States if I don't hit a Costco. I know I can't store a lot of family-sized stuff in the van, but guys, I miss United States cold medicine. I am going back with a stock of Sleepy Time, Tylenol, and cold medicine. So, don't judge. Buying cold medicine in Europe has been difficult. So, that's what I needed. So I'm spending the day with my 2 friends from our pre-van life. And and they're shopping up a storm. That would have been me 5 years ago. I think I would have got the pink ones and the black ones. Let's see what they do. Me? I don't have room in the van. I'm having fun, guys, hanging out with my friends. It's been quite a while. Even just doing a little shopping and running errands is fun with these guys. I don't think you've met Carla yet.
Perfect for me.
Carla, wave.
Hey!
That's Carla. You already met Sylvia. This is the old gang. You know, it is a busy shopping day when we eat lunch at Costco. So apparently, guys, I didn't know, it's been a long time, but apparently this is a thing. Welcome to my Costco lunch. I am home for an adventuring day of shopping, and I call it home because this little lake, this little neighborhood will always feel like home. Of course, this is our neighbor's backyard, but I'm gonna walk out here and take a look at the lake. And right over there, that's our backyard. Well, it's not ours anymore, but there it is. Always makes you feel a little bit nostalgic, guys. You just can't help it. Sylvia, who is the neighbor, I'm at her house, had to go into the office for a little bit. So I'm gonna just enjoy the lake, take a little sit out here, do a little reminiscing. Maybe I won't shed a tear. I probably will, to be honest, guys. I've told y'all before, we do not regret our decision to sell everything and travel the world in a van. But we did leave behind a really cool house with some amazing friends and neighbors. So when we come home, it's always a bit emotional. But tonight I believe we're going out to dinner, have a little bit more fun before in the morning I get up and head north to see my family. I'm splurging. I'm having Mexican food and a sangria. But it's a special occasion, right? This is Christina. Y'all met her a little bit this morning at the dress fitting. And then over here, y'all know them. They made me spend a lot of money today. All right, guys, I'm gonna have some fun with my friends. I will see y'all in the morning.
Good morning, everyone. Woo, I'm excited today. First of all, I talked to Snow, and I'll let her tell you all the stuff's going on, but she's having an amazing time back there, so good for her. But we woke up, and I'm excited because we're staring at this mountain that we're gonna climb today over this beautiful Bovila Lake, and we want to get going. And so Mike helped me walk the kitties this morning in the interest of time. And I gotta be honest, while we were hanging out in the van, Vanna and G were a little nervous of him right off the gate, but when she was on the leash, she was just tugging him around. And so they had a good walk this morning, and now me and Mike are about to have a good walk up this mountain. All right, guys, as we get started on this hike, one thing I can tell you is that mountain wall is sheer. I think today's climb is gonna be hike is gonna be a little over 2,000 feet. So not a ton. I think it's about 2.5 miles long. It's supposed to be 3 hours up and maybe 2 hours back. So it's a nice hike. I think we're gonna summit this mountaintop, hopefully if things work out well, which might give us a look out to the sea as well as back to these mountains and down to this lake. So we're about to find out, just like you guys. It did not take long for this trail to turn into a goat trail. And well, we're scrambling up these rocks right now. So I pulled out the walking sticks, and Mike's back there in shorts and sandals. He's a sandal hiker. And I like my big heavy hiking boots, but he says he don't have any problems, so just keep in mind.
Probably
Look at
jinxed
that.
myself.
Look at that guy.
We'll see.
He's a sandal walker. But I think it's gonna keep getting a little more sketch as we come up through here. It looks like the mountain's so steep they had to put stairs along the side. But anyway, the trail is nice, it is beautiful, and I love the terrain. So really, so far the weather is beautiful. Probably about 65 degrees, sunny, bluebird day. Nice. And as you can see, as we come up through here, the stairs are just bolted into this wall. Sometimes you gotta look back to see how far you've gone. The van's there at the restaurant, and we just came up these stairs. And yesterday we came up those switchbacks. Wow, what a ride. Oh, look at this. So it just, these jaggedy bits just hang down. And as you can see, it's straight down there. And probably only about 800 feet or so. All right, little side trail up into the caves.
A lot of water seeps out through this limestone, probably through the
Look at you. Woo! Easy peasy.
Yep.
All right, we made it up to sort of the first signature lookout. And as we come down here, I can't help but get the heebie-jeebies a little bit. See if we can go over here and get a peek off the edge. But from right here, you can see the lake. And again, there's a dam system here. But the river that we drove up is right along there to the right. How's the view on the platform?
I'm afraid of heights, and to walk out here, it's just something beyond my control. But it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Woo! Will this hold us both?
We're gonna find out, aren't we?
That does give you the heebie-jeebies a little
It
bit.
doesn't work for me.
Put you just out over the ledge. All right, we came along the trail right alongside of that cliff face right there and ran into a dead end. But I saw a little trail here. I actually checked out my trail map and found a little trail down here. Now Mike's a little worried it might be hanging off the edge too much. So I'm gonna come down here and peek my head around the corner and see if that's the case. But as I come around the corner, you can definitely see we're walking on the ledge. So we kind of snuck around the backside and we're crawling up this mountain. And I let Mike know he could play the go back card anytime that he feels comfortable, and he assured me he wasn't gonna push it too far. So he hasn't hollered uncle yet. It looks like if we can keep working our way around the edge here, we'll get up in some trees before we finally summit this thing. We'll see. Just look back and look at this beautiful view, guys. So there's a big cliff face there, and it just looks like rain, mud, or clay or something. It's streaking down it. And then in the back, you can see, well, what I'm guessing is sort of the Albanian Alps, but definitely snow-capped mountains that are taller than these back there off in the distance. Wow, what a beautiful place. We made it around the backside, and we kind of leveled off and went down a little bit. We are headed back up now for sure. But look at those rocks. Look at that wall. This is a river wash. Whenever they have snow melt or whatever, the water comes right through there. And we just came through a muddy clay bit, really slippery with rocks. And we almost turned around, just we don't want to hurt ourselves. But we kind of stuck our head up through there and realized we'd gotten off the trail just a little bit. But it looks like there's some kind of structure up here worth seeing, so we're gonna keep going, guys. It looks like we made it to the end. This big giant cave we crawled up into. Looks like people use it for camping, or I don't know, maybe they live up here and hunt on the mountain, I don't know. But it's just kind of too sort of slippery and rocky and dangerous, we think. So we mutually agreed to let's stop it right here and head on back down so we can do some other adventures while Mike's here. But still, we did a lot of elevation. We did some tricky terrain. And I gotta tell you, Mike Sandals, he has not complained once. He just like an old Billy goat coming up that mountain.
Oh, Billy, I love Miss Adams.
To be honest with you, we kind of made it back to the ledge, but that piece coming down right there was much more difficult than going up. It was so slippery, and it's just hard to get a footing. We were able to go up it pretty good, but the good news is the view on the way back is every bit as stunning. And we're on the flat part now, almost to head around the corner and back to the van. We're gonna have some lunch today. I think we're gonna have some goat. So let's go. But it turns out it's not the season of the goat. So we got lamb and potatoes, and you can see it's been baked in the oven. We had to wait 45 minutes. Potatoes, carrots, onions, and lamb. And after that hike, we're starving, so we're gonna dig in and enjoy this lovely carnivorous meal.
Good morning, everyone. I have had a wonderful couple of days there with our friends, catching up and getting all the life updates from people that were such a huge part of our life when we lived here. But I am on the road, I'm headed north, it's time to go see my family. The first stop, though, is the Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru that I used to go through every morning for like 15 years. So it's the little things you miss, guys. And I know Starbucks is the fancy coffee place, but I always loved me some Dunkin' Donuts.
Hello, welcome to Dunkin'. Will you be using your mobile app today?
No, ma'am. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you guys know when we put out new videos. And don't forget, you can always follow us over on Instagram to see what's going on in between videos. Cheers, guys!